striding in that river, throwing up splashes of substance as it comes toward you with a shriek, is this individual.
Ooh, sweet.
I don't. Oh, and who is this?
This is.
Ooh, scary.
Well, you are now in the reality of Reber. Reber
Reber.
is Reber. Reber has been walled away by Ununu or any number of other powers that be, um, due to his reality, basically. And you have been flung into the pits or the zone or the region or the place that is too powerful for the others, but they can wall it away. You have been effectively exiled here. And Reber says, exactly.
Oh man, this is too much of a head change. I said. Walled away. So he's an exile. This guy,
Or they're all exiled from him. It's kind of how he looks at it.
right? Okay. And I will, go Reber. Welcome to our shared reality now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is where we need to be for the moment. And I will go up and open arms or, and try to hug, give some of that stimuli, just,
Excellent.
Are you ready? Are you ready to walk?
In this case, Reber says, your insights are close. Do I learn from you? Do you learn from me? Shall we reshape this world?
Yeah.
They cannot keep me out.
No, and
They are
who would
small.
want to?
Their reality is tiny. It shall be subsumed in the whirl.
Okay. I like where you're, I guess we all have heads. Yeah, I like where your head's at. Let's put these together and let's make a whirlwind.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
Well, I see no conflict there.
No,
yet.
I'm
Yet.
I'm with them. I know, huh? Until we get a harsh reality.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm totally with it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do this to get to the psychocosm, is what I'm calling the ultimate universe. The stuff. So there we go. So yeah.
Behold, says Reber. I'm getting to my Dr. Doom on. I don't know why. Right. Behold, opens his hand, and just beneath him opens a vista into these happy little aliens living in their semi-mercap environment, strumming their instruments or exchanging their goods or talking with occasional mercaps and feeling like they belong. And so that's what Rebirth just says, behold.
Yeah, let's get in there. Straight. So yeah, I'm ready to go.
So Inunu has revised now, has corrected a certain deviation in the reality where this stuff needs to get made. The potiony things that you're working with, Narun, just got a lot less interesting. And you're obviously concerned with making it as impactful upon the Senza. And there's also Ununu will wander about as you're working and says, and we need another substance, another source. We must learn of this hive. Said we impacted them long ago, but have not known of them since. except for their depredations across the worlds. A savage species. Savagery is bad, my dear. Do they not deserve to be lifted into contemplative and productive lives? Of course they do. They're there. So Narun, there you are with with access to these substances.
And a new supervisor that asks me to make things boring?
Yep, you and Divid might have been working together with a little more creativity over the last, the reality has been much more ununu'd very recently.
Yeah, this guy is harsh and mellow.
Mm-hmm. He thinks that about you.
Oh man, come on.
Well, given what I had before, which probably was also considerable more freedom to do my own stuff, I'm going to do what every sensible little employer does, especially on the media management level. I'm going to tell Ununu, yes, sure, I'm going to work on it. And I'm instantly starting to siphon off a little bit of everything, kind of into my own pockets.
Right, yeah.
So I have this little bunch of, let's say, like soap bubbles that cling together, minus the fact that they would sprig up when I touch them. So I'm basically taking a little bit of every base substance I've in front of me, and then while I'm working, as long as he's looking or sensing me, I'm working on what I should work on and do some sensible stuff and add a little bit of this and a little bit of that, so he'll be happy when he tries it on whomever.
Well, I'm pretty sure I know what trait.
I'm going to kind of snatch one of those little mercaps that recently were in touch with David. And just let me see what you have there.
That's right. He comes. This little mercap comes up and looks at the big bubble of substances doing its thing. Goes, "Aw," because having been in contact with Divid, this is oh.
So I'm like, let me see what you have there. Oh, that's great.
Excellent. Okay. So to get away with this, I think you're certainly going to have to roll. Now, Ununu is vast and much more interested in the big picture than these things. So 3 dice, I think, is sensible.
Yeah. Right. And come on, make the mercap weird again.
That's right. and I think I see what trait would be pretty. You only have 2 traits, named traits, but or bonus traits, but I certainly see one that would be helpful to escape his notice.
Actually, I'm going to. I finish tasks thoroughly,
That's
so
what I'm
I
saying.
do my job.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm just doing my job. I'm doing my very best.
That's you're good at deceiving middle management, indeed.
That's what we do.
And that's what I imagine after how you describe things. So 2 of mine, 3 of yours, and let's see if I can reduce my pool by 1.
Go.
You want to come back? I thought
he wants to come back in his own way. That's for sure.
No. You are not going to come back.
Oh
no! It happened.
You're going to have company.
No. Is it a failure? Oh goodness! All right. Well, the consequential role here is that all of your efforts seem, intuitively you put them together in the best way you can, getting away with it, right? It seems, except that what you produce and which will be passed on to the Senza is the perfect Senza, compliance possible.
Yeah.
And that's what Dukin is discovering in the course of time, is that the impact on the Senza, they are becoming really boring. They became dumb. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's not
the Boov is now dispensing, the good stuff. And as far as the Senza are concerned, it is the good stuff. But man,
giving too much of the age. It's not good.
God, man. Oh, man. They're on that horse. Damn it.
That horse, man. That's not good.
Oh, man.
And so the powerful monome reality is actually very content with this. And indeed, your job, you've resisted, but your job is to do this to the hive. And we will do this to all of them for the peace.
Right. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I see what's happening. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, the Dugan's mind's like already racing ahead.
All right.
Wow.
So,
Yeah. No. Okay. So then.
But one more thing is that the Senza, what is the word I want? The runoff from the Senza community, the bits and pieces that they leave about and that slough off of them, or perhaps one dies or something like that. All of that is going to have to get collected and distilled into a usable substance for analysis and brought back into the process, right, as data. So now that Professor Divid doesn't exist anymore,
It's censored.
right, for Narun, you're in charge. This is your lab, and you need to work with this Senza gunk properly.
Uh-oh.
All right. That's good. Would any of my influence previously have influenced the Senza at all to alter some of the...
Oh, yes.
Okay.
The Narun, somebody somewhere has been messing with this.
Yeah.
The Senza are not, it's not working great. There's somebody's been messing with this. Now, I'm not saying you buy into this. It's just that your reality has changed to match with what Ununu wants. I'm not saying Narun buys into this because you were not psychically changed.
Right.
No, it's just you didn't get away with it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and then my relationships with both David and Narun. I mean, we all knew each other. We worked together. I'm
pretty sure you guys do. I mean,
Okay.
you are much changed, and you have been gone for a long time, and things like that. But certainly, psychonauts of this caliber and Dukin would certainly have had their realities intersect. In just like the reality of Narun and Divid had intersected very nicely as working on this lab, right?
Right.
And so in the past, I'm sure that those realities had intersected before.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to I'm taking over this lab. We got our orders, boys.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be always interpreted differently depending on who's getting the orders, right?
Mm-hmm.
How I interpret it is in my Dukin way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we want to make sure everybody's happy. We want to make sure
Boy,
everybody
this
feels
lab is
content.
undergoing a whole bunch of management shifts really rapidly.
Yeah. But a contentment
Typical Monday
means and the learning new things as my previous experience with other races, that it comes from personal freedom. So maybe we need to work on that kind of happiness here in the lab. So, but I'm not as good as Dr. David, so I want to bring him back into my reality. So that's going to be my first order of business.
So where are you doing this? Are you still in the Senza region?
Yeah, I guess wherever. Yeah, it seems like wherever I won't be as interrupted under the watchful eye of Monomon.
Well, that's just a matter of whether you can overcome this.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
incredible sense of everything staying peaceful and the same, not changing
Yeah.
at all. Monom is very much about that. Ununu is about going off and doing good. A lot of it. Monom
Right,
is
yeah.
about let's keep everything just nicely the way it is.
Right.
These are powerful mercaps who suffuse whole, enormous, three-dimensional chunks of the planet's substance.
Yeah, they're pretty good. But I'm just gonna bring my other world experience here with me and what I've learned. So I wonder. Well, I guess just let me concentrate on David first. So I'll use I guess I'd have to use my spores to counteract, the influence of his spores. So I'll just be using, my spore trait. Do I see him physically somewhere?
You
like
can.
His physical.
You can.
Okay.
I mean, you can actually, if you sort of concentrate, this place is so much of his reality, perhaps he's there.
Okay.
Right?
So that's where I'll try to find the best place to connect with him.
Right. And also the more you cause trouble there, the more his attention would manifest as his presence there.
Right.
Which we would say as, hey, let's go look at what the hell's going wrong over there. Except we're not mercaps, so we would actually have to get in our car and drive down the street and go over there, and they're just like,
right.
Yeah, I'm really there.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to tune into Professor David.
Aha.
His existing reality.
Do you currently perceive yourself as in the Senza region while you do this? Or are you going to perceive yourself as in the lab, which you had mentioned?
I think I'll perceive myself in the lab.
Okay.
I think that'd be easier.
Actually, it's a little harder because David right now
is it harder?
Well, no, you don't know this, so I'm just going to make you live with that. Because David is actually trying to get into the Senza region.
Right.
So,
gotcha.
That would have been
That's right. We're passing one another.
Well, maybe I can
It's going to work out because I'm doing my analysis and I'm like, something here isn't wrong.
Absolutely
and it's
right.
not just that this substance doesn't do what I thought it would do. There's something else. So I'm going to try to get my senses into the Senza region to see actually how they react and what they do. Because obviously some in data here isn't what it should be.
So clearly you would imbibe some of this substance in some chemical way that you have.
I want to see what this does because something here is not working as it should.
Excellent. Okay, so we have two challenges to the Senza region's reality, right? So we'll deal with them in tandem, but Renee, you're on your own, but it actually just got easier. There are weakenings, challenges to the larger mercap's reality here. So I'm going to say 2 dice for Renee, not just 1.
Awesome. All right. And then I'll go ahead, just for pool dice, I'll do 1 more. And let's see if these 5 dice will give me what I need. Give me what I need. Give me 1. That's what I needed.
And what do you need to say or have? Your choice.
I'll go ahead and I guess say. I'll so basically, Duke can kind of, starts doing his little, puff, 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 like these little, and colors start coming, light starts happening, and then, the reality around him changes, and I can see the outline of Professor David, and wave, Professor, you're needed back here.